Welcome to the Vype football Friday night game of the game. It's 14-6A match, our pregame show. Tonight, my name is Michael Lewis. I'm with Grady, and also here with us is Jameer, and welcome to Leonard George Stadium on the campus of Spring ISD and Spring High School. Great night for football as we get this 14A match between the Aldine Mustangs, the home team, against the Aldine Nimitz Cougars that we saw last week, Grady, as well. Aldine, the Nimitz Cougars come into this one 3-1 and 6-1 on the season after defeating a real good team, the Davis Falcons, last week in a shootout last week, 42-28. As you know, they're led by Albert Brown as well, and also that receiving tandem also as well, led by Kaylin Washam. For Aldine, they come off a very tough loss against district leader Decaney last week as well. Even though the record 0-4 doesn't really show their 2-5 record for the season, they have played extremely well, but in some games they have actually lacked the depth. But they're a very good young ball club as well, and led by their quarterback Rory Hernandez and also their leading receiver Samuel Surareva. Now, tonight's game, as you pretty much know, Grady, Nimitz is a very defensively strong team, only giving up close to at least 10 points a game.
Yeah, with a high-powered offense, they are going to be tough to beat.
They're going to be tough to beat. And with Aldine, there's really not a lot of offense they've been generating. They've given up 21 points per game as the Cougars are coming out on the field as well. And they are only scoring 7 points a game. So this might be a tough test for the young Mustang team tonight.
It is. And there's, anything could happen. It's football.
It's football.
Given day, the Astros can lose to the Athletics, once a couple times a year. So you just
anything
never know
can happen.
What they got up their sleeve. There's a lot of.
That's what they call Friday Night Lights for. We're coming up to kickoff, and we do thank you very much for joining us on Vype Live. And it is the 14-6A match between the Aldine Mustangs and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars, live from Leonard George Stadium in Spring, Texas, on the Spring High School campus in Spring ISD. We'll be back. You're listening to and watching Spring ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media. We'll be back. Welcome back to Leonard George Stadium in Spring, Texas, on the Spring ISD campus of Spring High School. Michael Lewis, along with Grady and Jameer, are working our production tonight. It's the 14-6A match between the Aldine Mustangs, the home Aldine Mustangs, against the Aldine Nimitz Cougars, the visiting Aldine Nimitz Cougars. When we are getting ready to kick off, the visiting Aldine Nimitz Cougars coming in as well, 6-1 and 3-1. We will be actually entertained by the Aldine High School Choir and the Color Guard with the national anthem in just a few minutes. About 81 degrees, a very mild night tonight, and very great night for football as well. As you probably know, if you heard, we were on a lot of exciting games. We were part of one last night between Aldine Eisenhower and Aldine Davis last night. Very much a very entertaining game. Glad to have you aboard on Vype Live. You can also listen to us watch us as well on Vype Live as well. And you can follow us on Vype Live on YouTube as well. As we get it ready for a part of this game for the national anthem, the colors. Bad news from Arlington. If you're an Astros fan, the Houston Astros lost to the Texas Rangers in Game 5 by a score of 4-2. As you know, Grady now, the series switches to the 7-1-3.
It does. And, I'll tell you what, the Astros come away with the win Sunday, they're going to win the whole thing.
I believe so.
The Rangers, I think it's a must-win.
It's a must-win again for Houston. And now here is the actual color guard and the Aldine High School Choir will sing, and also the color guard as well for the national anthem.
Master Sergeant Evelyn Martinez and Cadet Tech Sergeant Lucas Villalobos. They are under the direction of retired United States Air Force Master Sergeant Andre Brown. Tonight, the national anthem will be performed by members of the following choirs in the Aldine Independent School District. Members of the choir from Thompson Elementary, Stonewall Middle School, and Aldine High School will perform the national anthem under the auspices of Nicole Burr, Tony Barnes, Greg Morgan, and Gary Leger. And now, please rise in reverence and respect. Gentlemen, respectfully remove your hats as we honor the greatest nation in the world. As they perform our national anthem.
The Aldine High School Choir, combination of junior high and high school students from around the Aldine ISD School District performing the national anthem. As we get ready to prepare ourselves for the game between the home team, the Aldine Mustangs, going up against the Aldine Nimitz Cougars. Grady, well, I don't know about when that thing will beat last night's ball game, but one of the most exciting ball games last night. I would say in 14-6A. This game could top that one from last night. I'm not for sure.
We'll be out of words. I mean, talk about a 4th and 7, 2 seconds on the clock, touchdown, and 2-point conversion. I mean, you got to be kidding me. They were down by, Davis was down by 2 touchdowns with under 6 minutes to play.
Unbelievable.
You just don't catch a game like that.
You can never catch a game like that. It was probably, I would say, the game of the week in 14-6A. They're getting ready to actually do the coin toss. The captains for both teams will come out. Now, there's a stiff wind, a very calm wind. It's very mild, not really humid. Very good crowd on hand tonight as well. You're going to watch a lot of football games around the state of Texas, from Dallas-Fort Worth to Austin to San Antonio, here in Houston. Wherever you're watching, thank you very much for supporting and watching Vype Live as well, wherever you are in this great state of ours. We'll have some scores, especially from 14-6A and around the area tonight as well. We'll keep you updated as well. As Grady and I always would talk about the other playoff game, we will not have an actual update on that one as well.
I might throw you a score.
No. I know. Arizona, no. Yeah, that's okay. Unless Philadelphia's leading. And it looks like the actual coin toss has been made. And it looks like Nimitz will receive the kickoff from Aldine.
Watch out. One of the best games seen last week was the Benjamin Davis and Nimitz Cougars.
And I tell you what, it goes around. As we said, Albert Brown, the sophomore quarterback, has a ton of weapons on that ball club. And really, they go with the running back, Brashard Miles. Great combination of running, the sophomore, and they also have a great combination of receivers in Phillips and Kalen Phillips and Kalen Washam are probably one of the two receivers to watch in that offense. That's electrifying. Yeah. Now for Aldine, like I said, it's a young team. It's really a young team of sophomores and juniors. They may have a few seniors. They are led by Rory Hernandez as a quarterback is concerned. Now, as far as the defensive line is concerned, they are anchored, and they also have Samuel Sareva as well on the offensive side. They were leading them in receptions as well, and reception yards. But it's a young team, and we'll see what happens tonight. All these are the kickoff. They're going to kick off from south to north. Juan Aguilar is going to kick for Aldine. Bashard Miles, and I believe our favorite guy, Malachi Augustus, are back for the Cougars. Glad to have you aboard on this one, and it's another great 14-6A match coming up tonight for us from Leonard George Stadium. And here's the kick by Aguilar coming down short. Return, it's by you-know-who. He's at the 40, at the 30, at the down to the close to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Cougars, Malachi Augustus. We just talked about him, Grady.
Yep.
We just talked about him, and the Cougars are on the board first.
Yeah, how do you shut that down?
Unbelievable. We're trying to get the yardage on this one. Kicking for Pedro de los Reyes. De los Reyes, the kick is up and good. 62-yard kickoff return by Malachi Augustus. And with 11:40 left in the first quarter, the Nimitz Cougars strike first to score. the Nimitz Cougars 7 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. You're listening to and watching Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media. We'll be back. Back here at Leonard George Stadium on the campus of Spring High School in Spring ISD in Spring, Texas. Michael Lewis along with Brady and our producer as well, Jay as well. Tonight it's the Aldine Nimitz Cougars and the Aldine Mustangs. Malachi Augustus, 63-yard kick return. Got him on the board. The kick coming from Dallas Reyes, coming down. Making some moves is number 4.
That's Ronnie Nolbert.
Ronnie Nolbert running it out. He brings it out to probably a 30-yard return from Ronnie Nolbert. Aldine coming out. As you probably know, their quarterback, Rory Hernandez, I believe. Let me double check their quarterback as well. Rory Hernandez. Hernandez give. No gain on the play. Jalen Randall to tackle Valero with the actual run. Here's back to Pat give by Hernandez. Going out on a kind of a short gain. Looks like Rogelio Davia, the ball carrier. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. They're trailing 7-0 in this one. 3rd and 8 from the 32.
All right, see if they can get it first. Build some confidence against this.
Yeah, it's very dominant. Yeah, if the Mustangs can do it, that'll be great.
All right,
Hernandez back to pass, looking, hasn't been. No, it's good. Good try though.
Intended for Ronnie Nolbert.
Ronnie Nolbert. It's gonna be 4th and looks like it's gonna be 4th and 8, and the Mustangs will punt. So it looks like Cameron Marin Constance Marin will kick, but there's a flag on the play. Goes down to, takes a roll. Malachi Augustus for Constantine Marin. But it looks like there is a penalty against the Mustangs, and it looks like the actual Cougars will decline it. The legal procedure against the Mustangs, and the Cougars decline it. It's going to be a first down for the Cougars at about the, I'd say about the 47-yard line, 48-yard line, 47-yard line of the Mustangs. Albert Brown has his receivers in motion, has trips right one receiver in motion, another receiver in motion, give. Going to be at the 40, at the 30, down to the
Got
20,
room.
down to the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, Cougars. Jalen Phillips. Caden Phillips with a touchdown. A 41-yard run. 13-0. Cougars. Again, dominating offense.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of great sets that they run. That
once
Cornelius
he got
Harmon
his
runs.
pocket, He was gone. You can't
He
close
was
it.
gone. You see just like Tank Dell, from the Texans or something. The kick by De Los Reyes, it's good. And we have 9:15 left in the first quarter. The score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 14 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media. We'll be back. We're back here at Leonard George Stadium in Spring, Texas, on the campus of Spring High School and Spring ISD. Michael Lewis, along with Grady and our producer Jamil. Quick scoring by the Nimitz Cougars, Grady. My goodness, 14-0 in this one. They're leading the Aldine Cougars. De Los Reyes kicks it off for the Cougars. Comes down and taking it back out to close to the 22-yard line. And it looks like that was Constantine Marin on the return for the Mustangs. First and 10 for the Mustangs.
Looking to pass.
Back to passes. Hernandez, he's
Oh,
just,
had a man,
it's
but
just
they got
an
to it.
actual great defensive play by number 52. Looks like that was Kedrick Johnson.
Yeah, that won't be the last time he gets there.
I tell you, a very tough Nimitz defense as well.
I like that play call, though.
Yeah,
Build some confidence, get a
still
pass
some
in.
confidence and build some confidence on that. Penalty flag on the field. Looks like it.
Now, did he retrieve it, or did they lose? Looks like it was they lost 10 yards on that.
Yeah, like 10 yards. Now it's first and 10 from the 23. And a give. Looked like it was a motion penalty on the Mustangs. Raul Ramirez. Cabrera. And there was no gain. So it's going to be most likely third and 20 from the 24.
Clock is going now. Good.
Ramirez
And
give,
they hand
and
it
it's to Ramirez Cabrera, it looks like. There was no gain there.
So,
We can also get you caught up on some scores around the area and some games of note.
Let's see what they got here. So it was a 2nd and 20 now. Okay, so now it's a 3rd and 23.
3rd and 23 from the 12.
Still hands it
Give
off.
to. Looks like.
Yes, 32.
Yeah, it's like 33.
Yep. Row.
It's going to be Ramirez Cabrera, and he gets no gain. It's going to be 4th and 23 from the 12. They're going to be punting. Constantine Marin will be kicking, and Malachi Augustus will be back for Nimitz. 7:33, a little under 7 minutes left. Nimitz Cougars are leading the Aldine Mustangs 14 to nothing. A kick is short. It takes a Cougar bounce, and takes a Cougar bounce to about the 37, 38 of the Mustangs. Michael Lewis, along with Grady and our producer Jameer, are with us. Grady, well, very fast-paced game so far for the Cougars.
Yeah, and like you said, there's a lot of young players on the other team, so it's just you're really looking for the effort and the endurance and the resilience.
Yes.
Even though they might not come away with a lot.
Give to Miles to the 20, Miles to the 15, to the 10, 5, touchdown, Brashard Miles. 40, I would say a 40-yard touchdown run, maybe 41 for Brashard Miles, and the Nimitz Cougars expand the lead to 20 to nothing with the extra point coming up. Again, this is where they're using a lot of flex movement with their running backs. Coach Harmon is, and here's where it is right now.
There's really only so much you can do. Even when they were playing Falcons last week,
Yes.
dominant team, he still had a hard time shutting down Brashard Miles.
Yeah, sure did. The kick by Dallas Reyes is good. And with 6:55 left in the first quarter, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 21 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media. We'll be back. Welcome back to Leonard George Stadium in Spring, Texas, on the campus of Spring High School in Spring ISD. Michael Lewis along with Grady and Jameer doing our producing tonight. The Nimitz Cougars, so far, Grady, they've run full force tonight, 21 to nothing over the Aldine Mustangs. Cristelos Reyes will kick off, and Constantine Marin is back to receive it, but it goes to quick return out. Looks like number 6 for Aldine.
It's like Jefferson.
Jefferson for Aldine, Javon Jefferson. Well, Grady, so far, it's been that Cougar defense and that great Cougar offense that have dominated so far.
It has, and I'm hoping they're going to pass. They rush the last every play in the last down.
Yes, they've used a lot of, and Coach Harmon has used a lot of flex movement as well. And Brashard Miles is scoring on a 41-yard touchdown run as well. Okay. No gain. And that the give was to Raul Ramirez Cabrera, but no gain as well. But you got to take a look at it. You know, here is a young team such as the Mustangs are, and they've actually have. And here we talked about this realignment of the division, of the division UIL, and they have been the victim of it because so many of these great players that were at Aldine have now branched out to these other bigger schools such as Nimitz, such as Decaney, and they've been really, really saddled by that for football. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 29. Give again. Good gain. Some good gain. A good yardage up the middle. Looks like it was Javarius Walls, the ball carrier. Steve Johnson with the tackle. 5:26 in the first quarter of this one. For 3rd down and 6, give. And short gain. Looks like that was actually given to Raul Ramirez Cabrera. We'll check it. And there is no gain on it. So Constantine Mirren will come to kick, and Malachi Augustus will be out to receive it again.
Yeah, got back-to-back 3-and-outs. I was hoping for a pass, just to build a little confidence, get a play off.
Yeah, you would actually see a little bit more of maybe a mixture. Mirren's punt will come down. It takes a Cougar bounce. It takes a Mustang bounce. Gets around the Cougar 40 there. If you're an Astro fan, you probably know that the Astros have lost Game 5. We did have something from ESPN, is that both Dusty Baker and Jose Abreu were thrown out of the ball game. We'll try to find out why they were thrown out of the ball game in Arlington.
You don't hear that much.
No.
Especially from Dusty.
Oh, wait a minute. I have given the wrong score. I've given the wrong score. I'll tell you about much after this play. Back to pass. Brown throw a little bit over. Fellow Houston Astros, I've given you the wrong score. The ticker was wrong. The final score in Game 6. Well, all of this happened. The Houston Astros 5, and the Texas Rangers 4.
They did not.
Yes. It must have been, it was a nail biter, but a dramatic 9th inning rally. We thought the Astros were done. 2-out rally. 2nd and 10, Brown pass complete across the middle. Kalen Washam. So the Astros come down to the 7-1-3, up 3-2. So guys, do apologize. I thought for sure it was done in the 9th inning, but there must have been a 2-run, 3-run rally. We'll find out how they won as well. 3rd down and 3 for the Cougars. Looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. Looks like there was a movement on the Cougars side.
I
don't think of a flag, but it kind of looked like some offside movement.
Yeah, it looked like.
But it looks like the Cougars are going to punt.
Okay. Great defensive stop.
And Jalen Bradley's going to be the punter. Back will be Constantine Marin for Aldine. And the punt comes down to Marin at the 11. He's hit right there and met. And first initial tackle made by Dominique Roux. Yes, the
Point
bench
of
is
time.
cleared, and
Yeah,
and,
for
and
the
here,
Rangers
and I was
game.
reading about that. Dusty Baker, for some reason or other, had went after, tried to pull Jose Abreu, and for some reason or other, one of the players from the Rangers, we'll find out, and I'm hearing it's Adolis Garcia, must have hit Baker and pushed Baker in the back. First and 10 for the Mustangs.
I like
And
it.
that is
Looking
Rodriguez
fast.
going out. Oh, he's hit. Oh, wow.
Got rid of
The
it just in
initial
time.
hit, the initial hit was made. Samuel Cerridia was the intended receiver. And great hit by Javar Thomas. 2:50 left in the first quarter of this one. We're going to get you caught up on some scores also of some games of interest around the Houston metro area as well.
Great run. Okay.
Great run. Get some of the yardage back. Ricardo Crow, the ball carrier. Crow's someone they actually brought up from the junior varsity just this last week, I believe. Gain of 4 yards. It's 3rd and 6. Third and 6 for Aldine. Should be, looks like we may have a first pass play from Vegas. No, and there is interesting. That was given to
Ricardo Crow.
Crow on the ball carrier, but it looks like he didn't get any yardage. So it's going to be 4th and 7, and it looks like the, again, Constantine Marin will come out to punt for the Mustangs. Malachi Augustus back to receive. Marin's kick. It's going to come, but it's actually going to take a Mustang bounce, but it'll bounce out around the 41-yard line. I'm going to keep it right here. It's 1:18 left in the first quarter. The Nimitz Cougars out in front 21-0 over the Aldine Mustangs in its 14-6A match. Other games around the area, St. Pius and Antonian Prep, there's no score there reported. At Brookshire, in a 11-4A game, the Sweeney Gators are leading the Royal Falcons 7-0 as well. Here, Decaney and Spring, we're going to try to get a score from that one because those are two powerhouses. Spring's trying to fight for their lives in 14-6A as well. And the Cougars at the 41-yard line of the Mustangs. Browns pass complete.
Washington.
Jalen Washington with the catch. This could be second down. It's going to be short, and second down and short should be. 2nd and 1. 1 minute, under 1 minute left in the first quarter. Double slot to the right, one back. Tight end in motion. Give. Phillips up the middle. Gets it down to the 10. Down, close to the 10, maybe down to the 8-yard line.
Great stop by Fowler, number 5 on the Mustangs.
Great stop by 5. Landon Jenkins, I'm sorry, is actually the runner. Good gain. 1st and 10. Gonna put it around, I'd say close to about the 15-yard line. 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Double slot to the right for Brown. Yeah, Brown's going to run it up the middle to the 10-5 touchdown. Touchdown, Albert Brown. His 5th of the season rushing, and it's now 27-0 the Cougars. A lot of mixture of running. The offensive line really showing itself tonight, just like it did last week. Pedro de los Reyes in for the extra point. The kick is up and good by De Los Reyes. And that is actually going to come out to the end of the first quarter. As we head into the second quarter, the score. The Aldine Nimitz Cougars 28 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media. We will be back. Stadium in Spring, Texas on the spring campus of Spring ISD Spring High School. Michael Lewis along with Grady and Jameer on the camera with us. And a dominating game by the Nimitz Cougars. They are going to second quarter leading by a score of 28-0. Cristianos Reyes to kick for the Aldine Nimitz Cougars. And back will be Constantine Marin. Will be back. Also for the Mustangs will be Hope Mulber. There's Marin up to about the 20. He's going to get probably some short yardage, probably up to the 21-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will take it, 1st and 10. 11:49 in this in the second quarter, in the first half. Grady, it's been all Cougars. All Cougars. All of them have been running touchdowns except for one. As you probably know, Malachi Augustus, let's start it off with that 63-yard kickoff return. After that, it's just been nothing but running touchdowns. Albert Brown just scored from 11 yards out to up the score to 28-0. Again, we were talking about this earlier. A young Aldine Mustangs team. This has been the tough stretch for them as well. Last week, going up against one of the district leaders, Decaney, and now tonight getting another powerhouse in Nimitz. All right, we're finding out a lot more about the situation that happened up in Arlington. For whatever reason, Adolis Garcia supposedly had pushed Dusty Baker, and Baker for some reason he had to be held back by Alex Bregman and by Jose Altuve and also by Jeremy Pena. So both benches cleared, and
I can only imagine being a Ranger fan right now at that game.
Unbelievable.
3 straight
Oh.
at home and losing tonight. They were up by 2 runs in the top of the ninth.
This is really strange, but we'll talk about that after this play. Mustangs starting from their own 20. And flags on the play. Looks like it may be against the Mustangs. There may be a delay of game against the Mustangs. And it is. So it'll be 1st and 15 from their own, for the Mustangs' 15-yard line. Okay, we're going to find out about the situation up north as we're keeping together the scores here. And not much room for Roy Hernandez as well. Young team. young program that they had. Brian Jenks was on the tackle.
Hands it off.
Hands it off.
Not much.
And not much of a gain. That was give to number 33.
Yep, that's Ramirez Cabrera.
Raul Ramirez Cabrera. It looks like there's no gain there. It's like 3rd and 20.
Hands it off again.
Hands it off to, and it looks like
32.
Ramirez Cabrera. Looks like there is no gain there. And it's going to be the punting unit that'll come on. Okay, it looks like Juan Aguilar will be punting for the Mustangs as well.
Decent punt.
Decent punt. Comes down to Augustus at the
Watch out.
at the 30, at the 40, down to the 30, down to the 20. There's a flag on the play. This may come back. He's down to around the 10, but it looks like it may come back for a legal block. Looks like they may come back for a legal block on the play. We'll get where the Cougars will set up. As it looks like it is a legal block in the back against the Cougars. That'll bring it back a few yards. 9:09 in this one. The Nimitz Cougars leading this one over the Aldine Mustangs of Aldine at 27-0. Okay, Grady, we found out how Houston won.
Let's hear it.
Jose Altuve, a 3-run home run to the top of the 9th inning with 2 outs, with 1 out, preserved the victory. And Ryan Presley closed it in his hometown of Dallas. Here we go, 1st and 10. Throw out to Augustus from Browns. Augustus at the 40. At the wrapped around there by two Mustangs. Look like Marin with a stop. Gets around to about the, I'd say the 39 or the 40 of the Mustangs. So it's going to be a first down for the Cougars. So it's going to be at the Mustang 39. It's going to be trips left for Albert Brown. Brown back to pass. Has a man outside. Wash him. And he gets out to around close to the 30-yard line. Let's get back to that series between the Rangers and the Astros. My goodness, we walked up in here. We were like, the Astros are done. It's Rangers going to win it 4-2. And then all of a sudden, Jose Altuve. Wow.
He's closing in on Manny Ramirez for like most postseason home runs.
He is.
Right now. I think
he
he's
is.
Like 4 away now. Something
yeah,
like that.
4 away.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. 2nd and 1. Give. At the 20, down to about the 19-yard line.
that's right.
Javen Wright, the
Yeah, the
ball
sophomore.
carrier, the sophomore. Gets his first down. It's going to be close to about the, I'd say the 18-yard line, 17-yard line. 7:42 left in this first half. Trips to the right for Albert Brown. Back, Brown goes out to the right side, met there by a few Mustangs out to the right side. May get a few yards, not maybe much. I'd say get close to about the close, maybe to close to the line of scrimmage. There's no gain on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 18 of the Mustangs. Double slot to the right for Albert Brown. He's on Whiten with the tackle. Give up the middle.
Oh, he's got room.
It's got to be right. He's down. Touchdown. Touchdown, Nimitz Cougars. That is going to be Javon Wright with the sophomore with the touchdown. And that's going to make it 33-0. And Chris De Los Reyes to try to go out and expand the lead to 34-0. Kick by De Los Reyes is up and good. With 6:40 left in the first half, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 34 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. You're listening and watching to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media and on Vype Live. Be back. Welcome back to Leonard George Stadium on the campus of Spring High School in Spring ISD in Spring, Texas. Michael Lewis along with Grady and also Jameer on the camera. It is a game day. Grady, it's been dominated by the Cougars 34-0 as Christos Reyes kicks off, and Marin brings it back down to about the 10 to 15, right around, get about the 25-yard line, maybe 26-yard line by Christine Marin. Well, you know, whatever Coach Harmon is doing over there, he's actually flexing that young defense of the Mustangs.
Yeah, he is. They're hard to shut down. Talent on both sides.
Talents on both sides of the ball.
You know, I want to see a little more passing because they've come really close, the Mustangs.
Yeah, I would like to see Rory Hernandez actually pass a little bit more, but let's see what happens here. Give, it's going to be, looks like it's going back to...
Yep, that's Ramirez Guerrera.
Ramirez Guerrera. Gets a few yards out.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get another shot because he looked confident in the
Now,
pocket.
looking at their depth chart, looking at their offense as well, their offense has really been more run-oriented. Pass-oriented, they have not really passed the ball as much. But look at their schedule. They've had really some tough opponents against the pass, and this is a young team, but this is a team that's only averaging in total close to 120 yards a game. Give. Maris Cabrera gets out close to the close to the first down of the evening for the Mustangs. But as with a young team, with a young unit, you're always going to go through these phases for some reason. And I think once they are able to get that recruitment in. Once they're able to bring those players in, you most likely will see a lot more building, especially with the young team of sophomores as well. So it's 1st and 10.
You got it.
Got it. It looks like the actual first down. First down of the evening. Ramirez Cabrera with the first down. 5 minutes left in the half. We get some scores as well. We're not going to do the National League Championship Series score because we don't care. But also we'll get to that as well. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 41, and there is going to be some movement. It may be against the Cougars.
For those of you who are interested in the Diamondbacks Philly score, we got a top of the third 1-0 Diamondbacks, looking to win their 3rd game of the series. 2nd game. Is it 2nd game? Yeah, 2nd game of the series. Down by 1.
It makes Grady happy. Here we go.
Got another
flag on the play. As it looks like it may have been a penalty against the Mustangs. False start against the Mustangs. They'll move back. And it'll be 1st and 10 instead of 1st and 5.
So, Michael, explain to me why you'd rather face the Phillies as an Astro fan than the Diamondbacks.
Rematch.
Rematch. Okay.
I would love to see a rematch. Because I know Philadelphia wants a rematch from last year. Yeah.
That Game 5 is one of the best World Series games
I
ever
believe
seen.
so, yes. It was probably one of the best. I think Philadelphia's out for redemption. And here we go. Here's another team that won under 90 games, possibly going to the World Series. Here's Ramirez, give out to Holbert. Gets out to close to about the 40. How about the 44-yard line? Gain of 3. So it's going to be about a 2nd and 7. For the Mustangs as we go down 3:24 in that one. First half. Geese caught up on some scores across the area of some interest.
Second and 7, just under
2nd and 7. Give up the middle. Looks like his case went the run up the middle, short gain. 3rd and 4. Coral with the run. We have an update on 2 powerhouses as well. Coral again up the middle. Looks like it's going to be short.
Looks like Brian James brought him down.
Brian James brought him down. It's a good 4th and 4. 14-6A clash tonight between Decaney and Spring after 1 in the 2nd quarter. Decaney leading Spring 7-0. Looks like that may be a shootout just like we had last night. And that's going to take a timeout. We'll take that timeout with them. We'll just stay right here with it as well. Nimitz, the Nimitz Cougars leading Grady 34-0. But this game, very much interesting, intriguing me because Spring is in that mix of 3-1 teams, including Nimitz. Nimitz holds on and wins this one, and Decaney defeats Spring. Spring, I don't know. It's going to look a lot better for the Davis Falcons to probably catch them. because they have them coming up in the end.
And that crucial must-win they had last night.
Yes,
6 minutes.
that may
See how
bode
far
well.
they go.
Yeah, it may bode well for the Falcons as well. You're listening to all. You can listen and watch all of the Vype live action all across the state of Texas as well, from Dallas to San Antonio to Austin, here in the Houston area as well. Great games going on as well. Get you caught up on the game up in Brenham as well. It's Rudder 6 and Brenham nothing. Some other scores of note over at Del Mar Stadium, a traditional rivalry game. The Yates Lions leading Booker T. Washington, Cameron Jackson's old school, by a score of 14-0 in the second quarter. 4th and 2.
They're going for it.
They're going for it, and looks like they fell short.
Yep.
And they're going to be a turnover on downs. They gave it, the give was to, I believe,
Was that Ramirez Cabrera?
Ramirez Cabrera. He was stopped at the line. So it's going to be an actual turnover on downs, and Albert Brown and the Mustangs will come out as well for. And Brown and the Mustangs looks like they had a double slot at the 50-yard, close to 50-yard line. They're on 49. Receiver in motion. Back to pass is Brown. He has a man down all by himself. Is Washam. 10-5 touchdown. Galen Washam with the touchdown. That's going to be about a 47-yard touchdown pass from Brown to Washam.
Matthew Salazar, linebacker from the Mustangs, almost had him with the sack. The play
Almost had him,
almost
yes.
had Albert Brown,
But Brown is so elusive. De Los Reyes for the kick. They try to make it 41-0. And the kick by De Los Reyes up and good. 1 minute left in the first half. The score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 41 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. You're listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media and on Vype Live. We're back. Welcome back to Leonard George Stadium on the campus of Spring High School in Spring ISD in Spring, Texas. Michael Lewis along with Grady and Jameer on the camera tonight. Well, Grady, the Nimitz Cougars dominant as ever tonight against a very young Aldine Cougars team. Christina Los Reyes will kick it off. So I have Marin and Hilbert back. Marin back out to the 20, close to the 20, maybe the 17-yard line. You know, and here's the thing. It just seems like Nimitz is, it looks like they're gearing up for those bigger games that are coming down the pipeline. They're trying to position themselves into a pretty good spot in the playoffs.
It's looking good.
Looking good for them so far.
Now with the Mustangs, they had a pretty good drive going. They've been getting better as the game's gone on.
As the game's gone on,
yet, but
I would like to see a little bit more maybe passing from that. I think, you know, and that's maybe has been their drawback this year, is trying to get a passing game going. Give. Good gain. Go well, I'd say up to about closer to 25-yard line, 26-yard line. Ricardo Corral, the ball carrier. 30 seconds left. It's going to be Rayon Bynum with the tackle for the Cougars. 2nd and 4, so it was a gain of 6. 20 seconds left in the half. Try to get one off and see if they can get into a good rhythm. Give.
He's still on his feet.
Corral, looks like Cabrera is still on his feet. He's running up the middle.
Am I watching rugby or football, Michael? That looked like one of the best scrums I've ever seen.
Yes, this is a great run by Cabrera. But that's going to actually take it to the end of the first half. The score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 41 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. You're watching Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media and on Vype Live. We'll be back.
check, mic check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To continue tonight's halftime entertainment, the Aldine Independent School District Superintendent, Dr. Retired Doctor, Aldine Senior High School ninth grade principal, Luke, and Dr. Tanisha Rogers, Finance Director, Refusal Rodriguez, Area High School Superintendent, Dr. Joshua Rodriguez, proudly present a stunning halftime display featuring the Aldine High School Mighty Hustle Band and the Parrot Dance Team. We begin our performance tonight with the award-winning Pregame dance team under the direction of Gisela Rosales II and assistant to Kathleen Layla. The Vaquero officers are Ms. Stokes, Liliana Moreno, Vice President, Natalia Hernandez, President, Ms. Leila, Squad Officer, Juliet Martinez, Squad Officer, Ashley Hugo, Military Officer, Major Jocelyn Alvarez, Lieutenant Colonel Guerrero Perones, Colonel Destiny Kikuya, the Vaquero of the Week, Juliana Tobias. Tonight, we will recognize our 23-24 Aldine Senior Vaqueros, starting with Layla Arriaga. Layla is being escorted by Liz Martinez and Alex Arriaga. Layla Arriaga has been a member of the Aldine Vaqueros for 1 year. After graduation, she plans to attend San Houston State University, where she will pursue a bachelor's degree in business and minor in accounting. Ashley Lugo is being escorted by Alicia Estrada Guzman and Adolfo Lugo. Ashley Lugo has been a member of the Aldine Vaqueros for 2 years. She has been an officer for 1 and currently holds the position of squad officer. After graduation, she plans to attend San Houston State University, where she will pursue a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and minor in psychology. Yareli Perones is being escorted by Miriam Cadena. Yareli Perones has been a member of the Aldine Vaqueros for 3 years. She has been an officer for 2 and currently holds the position of lieutenant colonel. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university where she will pursue a bachelor's degree in animal science and minor in biology. Destiny Pena is being escorted by Roberto Alvarez. Destiny Pena has been a member of the Aldine Vaqueros for 2 years. She has been an officer for 1 and currently holds the position of colonel. After graduation, she plans to attend Baylor University, where she will pursue a bachelor's degree in kinesiology and minor in biology. Your 23-24 Aldine Senior Vaqueros.
Performance tonight is dedicated to our team. Thank you for all that you do. Remember, always a Vaquero, one Vaquero, always a Vaquero.
Tonight, the Vaquero dance team will be doing a combo team to
Welcome back to Leonard George Stadium in Spring, Texas, on the campus of Spring High School and Spring ISD Sports Complex. Michael Lewis along with Grady and also Jameer on the camera. Well, it's been a dominating night, Grady, for the Aldine Nimitz Cougars, leading 41-0 over a young Aldine Mustangs football team.
Yeah, and it's been a one-sided show. You got just a powerful weapon going against Cougars, but I respect the Aldine Mustangs coming in and really trying to dominate the run game and stepping up. They've been getting better as the game progressed, but unfortunately just hasn't been enough.
Well, we're getting ready to start the second half. We do have, we'll give you an update of the a very critical game in 14-6A between Spring and Decaney as well. So we'll give you an update on that as well over at WW Thorne, not that far from here. Christos Reyes kicks off and ready to start the second half. Comes on Halbert at the 20, at the 30, down to about the 35-yard line. Ronnie Holbert with a 21-yard return. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from probably around their own 36-yard line, maybe closer to 38, 34-yard line. And give. Very little yardage gain there. Ricardo Cora with the gain, with the carry with no gain. Johnson and Hicks with the stop. We haven't really heard much about, in this game tonight, we haven't really heard much about James Martin.
Yeah,
outside linebacker. We haven't heard much about him.
Gotta give him a little work. Oh,
it's flag on the play. Looks like it may be. Oh, looks like it's going to be another double flag there. Some pushing and shoving there. And it's going to go, both will most likely go against the Mustangs as well. While we're actually figuring out the actual yardage on this, over at Thorne Stadium, just south of here, it's a very good battle between the Decaney, Aldine Decaney and Aldine Decaney and Spring, the Lions and Aldine Decaney. Score is 7-0. What we have over there, and it looks like it's in the third quarter. Defensive battle, but for more anything, leader Decaney. But for more anything, it's more important for Spring to win that game because they're bunched in that 3-1 pack in 14-6A. Give. Looks as if the actual runner was Ramirez Cabrera. Third and 29 for the Mustangs. And grading the progression of a young team like this, you could probably think maybe they could mix a little bit of passing in it.
And you'd hope to see it because they had a couple earlier in the game that were just a couple paces off. And there, what do you know?
Yeah, what do you know? This is actually a throw, and looks like it may be an actual penalty for intentional grounding against the Mustangs. Other games tonight, in a private school match, the St. Pius Panthers are leading Antonian Prep. Undefeated Antonian Prep at one time, but now 6-1. But undefeated in their district, in their division. They're leading them 21-14. And they're playing on the road against Antonian Prep. Also another game as well. Brenham is leading Rudder, Brian Rudder, by a score of 22-14. There's a punt by Salazar going down, and it takes a Mustang bounce out to around the 41-yard line. That's by Juan Aguilar. So 34-yard punt by Aguilar. other games, other than the games of note as well, Hiscock is leading Hempstead by a score 22-0. And Brennan Rudder's score. Sweeney is leading Royal at Brookshire by a score of 17-7. That is in the third quarter.
So it looks like Obed Hazini is.
Houdini gives it out to Malachi Augustus. He's out to the 40, out to the 20, out of 10,
He's
5,
in.
touchdown Malachi Augustus.
So he starts off
43-yard touchdown run, the second one of the night for Malachi Augustus.
First play of the game,
First play of the game.
Touchdown, the kickoff, and now here he is again.
He had a 63-yard kickoff. Now he has a 41-yard run, and now the Nimitz Cougars lead 47-0. But there is an injured Cougar on the Mustang on the play.
Kevin, as soon as y'all are ready to go, let's hear some stuff. Jump on it.
Looks like number 21.
Snowball, raise your hand if you've not had water yet. Snowball, raise your hand if you still need
Keyshawn
water.
Wise is actually the
Snowball, raise your
injured
hand if you still need water.
the injured Mustang. $47-0 with the extra point, and Keyshawn Wise gets up on his own power. Cristios Reyes will kick for the extra point for the Aldine Nimitz Cougars to make it 48-0. Delos Reyes' kick is up and good. With 6:19 left in the third quarter to score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 48 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media and on Vype Live. We'll be back. Welcome back to Leonard George Stadium, where Michael Lewis, along with Grady and Jameer, are on the camera. Tonight, the Nimitz Cougars pretty much are taking control of this one, leading the Aldine Mustangs by a score of 48-0. Here's Halbert for the Mustangs taking it back, and he is met there around the 19-yard line. It has been, Grady, a dominant night for the Cougars. Just a lot of mixing, running, flexing, a lot of the running game tonight. Only one touchdown thrown by Albert Brown tonight.
We haven't seen Brashard Miles in a little bit too, but he's had a couple.
Yeah,
couple rushes in
he's
there.
had a couple of good runs tonight too. It's been all the Cougars tonight. But I tell you what, again, a young Aldine team having to learn a lot in the good run up the middle by looks like Corral. And you have a young team like this Aldine team, you know, you're not going to really have a whole lot. A lot of young sophomores on this team. Some seniors have gone through, but you can actually build off. You build something in the offseason, and you've had a couple wins, but now it's time to start winning district games as well. And I guess learning how to win those district games, building around with good depth. And that's pretty much what they're
It's
most
a
likely
tricky
trying to do.
situation.
Just from Aldine.
It's first and 10, and give is going to be out. Ramirez Cabrera going to be a gain of 5. So it'll be third and Janimir with the tackle. So it's going to be third and 1. The Cougars only with 1 first down tonight. The whole game, baby. Yes, they've only given up 1 first down to the Mustangs tonight. Here it is, and looks like he got the first down. Hernandez with the first down on a quarterback sneak. Got a couple of Aldine, got a Mustang down here. Like one of the offensive linemen.
Yeah, we got it.
Yes, President Speaker.
Well, partner, looks like we have a I guess a log jam. Now Nimitz wins this one, they'll go 4-1. It's 14-6A. It depends now on what Spring does down the freeway from us. And against, if they can come back and defeat the Katy, that may make 14-6A look a little bit better. But it still bodes well. One of the team that we thought would win, break a drought last night did. A loss by Spring may make even the playoff run looks, playoff implications look a little bit more better for the Falcons of Davis.
And I'd love to see them get some playoff ball. They've just
They play the way if they could play like that
Jackson.
stretch run, if they can play that against Powerful Westfield next week, that'll be a good game. The actual players come off the field.
And
When the
second,
offensive lineman.
first.
Be first and 10 for the a little bit under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. First and 10 for the Falcons at the their own 33. Hernandez gives to Coral. He's going to be met there by a ton of Eagles. By a ton of Cougars. If you're an Astros fan, just now getting to watch one of our broadcasts, the Astros won in comeback fashion. Jose Altuve, 30-run home run. Brings home a victory in Game 5 over Texas. Hernandez give. Looks like it's out to a good gain. Ramirez Cabrera with the run. See, we gained a 7 on here. And as we get ready to go to the fourth quarter, it looks like it may be the last or second last play for the Falcons. Remember, we'll get you caught up before the game's over with on the game against Decaney and Spring. That's the implications of 14-6A action as well. Third and 3. Give is to, looks like to Ramirez Cabrera. It looks like he's got the first down. And that's going to be, looks like the last play of the third quarter. And that's going to do it. We're going to switch ends. And the last play of the third quarter, as we go into the fourth quarter, the score. The Aldine Nimitz Cougars, 48, and the Aldine Mustangs, nothing. You're watching Aldine ISD Athletics, powered by Vype Media and on Vype Live. We'll be back. Back here at Leonard George Stadium in Spring, Texas, on the campus of Spring High School at Spring ISD. Michael Lewis along with Grady and Jameer on the camera.
Ooh,
Looks like a
big hit from.
big hit as we
what was
started the
that?
fourth quarter.
Rayon
Pickup
Bean.
going on your feet. Everyone, up your feet. Hands to
Eric Dallaberry on the carry, but Dion Marks with the tackle. Updated score from down at W. Thorne Stadium. Aldine DeCaney leading Spring 14-0. Third quarter. We'll keep you updated on that. And the thing is with that, it's very imperative that Spring could win this game tonight. But then a Spring loss makes it look good for Davis Falcons, who won last night.
Sports in general, but high school football these next couple of weeks.
It's going to be
Exciting.
very, very exciting. Come down to the last few weeks of this district season in most places and seeding of where everybody's going to go. It's going to be 3rd and 10 around the 45-yard line for the Mustangs. This is a decent drive. Decent drive for the Mustangs.
Go for a pass? Go for a pass?
I would
About
say
that
so.
going?
You would want to. 3rd and 10.
Oh. I don't think they were going to, but if they are, they should now.
It's going to be 3rd and 15. Looks like they're going to be the Mustangs going to be charged with a movement. They're called a timeout. It looks like, and St. Pius is still leading Antonia Prep. They are now gone into the third quarter, 21-14. Hitchcock leading Hempstead by a score of 22-0 also. Give, stop right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's Cabrera. A game like this, you really look at it from the standpoint. This is where you get a lot of the sophomores and a lot of juniors that are in a game just as this to give them some more game time experiences. They're going to be needed as you get down to that stretch run.
Yeah.
Aguilar with the punt. He's going to punt it down.
Decent punt.
Decent punt. Takes a roll down to about the
10.
say around a good Mustang bounce around to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, that's his best punt of the night. That was 99.01 Aguilar. Sophomore.
Nimitz is actually, Coach Harmon has really actually flexed a lot of different looks tonight. And you can see that. You can see that. Glad to have you aboard with this for this 14-6-8 match. Michael Lewis along with Grady and Jameer on the camera tonight. Back to pass out on the flat, and that's going to be at the 20, around the 25-yard line.
DeAndre Williams.
DeAndre Williams, and in the quarterback is Chad Vincini for the Cougars. A little bit about Vincini. Vincini's pass a little bit high. He was trying to, looks like he was trying to reach
Matthew.
Javelin Hicks. Now Vancini has both double slots. He has one back. Vancini to give.
Great tackle.
Great tackle.
Larry Williams.
Larry Williams with the tackle on the ball carrier, which is Javon Wright, who already has a touchdown tonight, running touchdown tonight for the Cougars.
That was a good read by the linebacker, Matthew Salazar. He almost had him early.
3rd and 9. Coach Hartman is actually, looks like he's actually resting some of the starters, you know, giving some more time in. Back to pass, Vincini. He's sacked.
Look at that. That's Keyshawn Weiser.
Keyshawn Weiser, who was injured in play previous, with the sack, the first sack of the night for the Mustangs, so they get the ball back. A little bit under 5 minutes left in this one.
Hey, level 3.
Let me actually, and we're going to actually give you some updated information in regards to the game down the freeway from us.
Nation, level 3.
And
That's what you want for going off.
Decaney is still leading Spring by a score of 14-0. And the
was
ball
that
gets
tipped? Did he
by.
grab that?
Oh, and somebody grabbed it and gets it
Oh.
down. Is recovered
Number 6.
by number 6 for Aldine.
Wow, that was. I couldn't tell
That
if he got
would've-
his hands on it.
Yeah,
or not, if it was just a bounce.
It was
but
just a bounce,
Not
I
worth
think.
the risk of
Yeah.
letting it.
It would, yeah. You can watch all the games on Vype Live or any of the replays of any of the games on Friday night on Vype Live on YouTube.
Oh,
Give
man, right where he was at. Brian
give
James with the tackle.
Brian James with the
For a
tackle
loss
on
of probably 1 or 2.
loss of 1 or 2. .433. The Nimitz Cougars will go to, everything holds up the way it is. The Nimitz Cougars will go to 4-1 in district. And that's going to make it, boy, it's going to make it very interesting because Decaney is, if they hold on, they'll be 4-1 as well. It's going to be very interesting. Landis gives. .350 left. Pretty hard with the ball carry. He got a gain of 3 out of it.
And you know, impressive defense on the Mustangs' part, because they've only allowed 1 score in this second half.
Yes, they have.
So I gotta hand
They
it
have.
to 'em.
And I think because, you know, they made adjustments. They knew that basically Clarence Harmon Coach Clarence Harmon from Nimitz basically made those changes as well.
I mean, you don't have Albert Brown up there, so there's some pressure off.
That
but
takes some pressure off.
Looks like we got a timeout on the field.
And timeout on the field. 3:13 left in this one. The score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars lead this one 48-0 over the Aldine Mustangs. So Grady, we look at this, the game we did last night, we were thinking the Falcons of Davis would not have a chance. Now you do. Because you look at it from a standpoint now, if Spring does not come back to beat the Caney, if they don't come back, here's now Spring, and it's almost like now the Falcons are like a game behind them at 2-3 in district, and Spring will drop to 3-2, and here we go.
It's up in the air.
It's gonna be interesting finish. So if you're a an Aldine Davis fan, you may still be in the playoffs. Here's a give out to, looks
Got a
like there's
flag, I
a
think.
stop and play there.
I think Bruce Thurston jumped early. Someone jumped, I think.
I think it may
I
have
don't know
been
if it was on Nimitz.
It was
but
on Nimitz. So there was an encroachment there. So looks like that. This was offsides against Nimitz. Playoffs are coming up soon. You can watch it on Vype Live. We'll have playoffs everywhere across the greater Houston area and across the state as well. Glad to have you aboard for this night on a game dominated by the Nimitz Cougars.
Big
And
hand up.
it's
Here we go.
Back to pass, looking across the middle, missed the man. He was trying to get it out to Albert, I believe.
Yeah, Ronnie Nolbert.
Nolbert, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That was the first passing play they had early in the game too, where Nolbert almost had it on his
He almost
fingertip
had
with
it,
feet.
yes. This is the second play. It looks like there's going to be a punt. Looks like Aguilar is going to punt. Juan Aguilar. And Malachi Gus is back for Nimitz. A little bit under a minute left. There's a punt by Aguilar
Nice
coming
punt.
down.
Getting better by the
Takes a bounce out to around the 32. I'd say about the 25-yard line. Pretty much here with one a little bit under a minute left. I think Clarence Harmon and it's just going to pretty much have them just run out the clock and save everybody for next week because
Yeah,
they
they're
have
gonna
a
need
stretch run. They're going to need it for the stretch run. Now as for Aldine, they will drop to 0-5. Pretty much their season will end with two strong teams next week and the week after.
yeah.
And tough way for a young ball club to end their season. And the give is to
Matthew Muslow?
Matthew Musley. Looks like if we come down to close to the end of the game as well,
Yeah, I think that's it.
and that's going to do it. Aldine will fall to, the Mustangs will fall to 2-6 on the season and 0-5 in district play. While the Nimitz Cougars, dominant all night, will go now to 7-1 on the season and 4-1 in district play. Now, depending upon what has happened over at WW Thorne, looks like the Caney is leading. The Caney is leading Spring by a score of 14-0. But let's see if that will change everything next week. But the final score from here is the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 48 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. We thank you very much for joining us on Vype Live, and courtesy of the Aldine ISD Athletics. For Jameer on a camera and for Grady, I am Michael Lewis. The final score from Leonard George Stadium in Spring, Texas. It is the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 48 and the Aldine Mustangs nothing. Have a safe weekend. We will see you next time.